Welcome to day 13 of this 3D tutorial series. If you join me part way, please refer to my website www.andrewbooth3d.com. Halfway down is my first 4 videos, and then if you click on my tutorial section, the rest of my tutorials are located in this section here. As you can see, it goes up to video 12. This tutorial 13 will be placed here. Alternatively, if you want to contact me with advice or assistance on your assets or anything like that, advice, just email me at a.booth3d@outlook.com or follow me on Twitter at andrewbooth3d, or you can click my Twitter tab here and it'll open up my Twitter account here. So far every day I've been sharing my tutorials, and then further down you'll see my assets, that my working in progress assets, like this for example. This is my coffee machine asset, so please contact me if you need any assistance. I'm always happy to help. Right, today we'll be talking more about the filters that's shipped with Substance Designer. I know yesterday I was talking about using my initial maps like ambient occlusion, height map, and Substance Designer version of the normal map, and combine it together to create a normal map which is located here, you know. Yesterday, I do apologise, I had a lot of background noise, which means I had to filter some of the audio out. When that happened, I left out a lot of explanation. Basically, at that stage, I just plugged in my height map, initial height map, into a height map normal blend, which blend my height map with my normal map, and it generated this normal map. At the moment the intensity is at 0. I just increase it. I'll increase it to 2. Double click and type in 2. Generate a little bit more interesting map, as you can see. Now what I'll do now, since everything is hooked up, I'll start working on the filters. The filters are located in the filters page. Now you will get confused because you've got filters here. These are different kind of filters. These are like blending filters and stuff like that. And but that's not the one we need. What we need is mesh adoption. I can't even pronounce that, I do apologise. It's so squashed up I can't see it. I normally work on 2 screens, so this is not normally here and everything is better organised. It's mesh adaptives. These are, in other words, filters. I call them filters. Each one is for different filter, creating different effects. Each one is for a different material. It depends what you're after, really. These are always shipped with Substance Designer. Now, it depends what you're after as an effect. You can create some really interesting dirt layers. This is what essentially these are, dirt layers, to create individual dirt layers. Now, since I'm working with wood here, it's appropriate to use a wood, if I can find it, cracks, craft dirt. You have all sorts: edge blur, leather, edge knock, edge dirt, edge select, fiberglass edge wear. Easy way to find what you're looking for is type in wood. There is wood weathering. Now you'll see this. This is where things get confused, because this is for diffuse, normal and specularity workflow, which is the old, which is the other side of the physically based rendering. Because I'm using metallic version, you can't use that. So that's why I click on here. Instead of using woodware, I use edgeware. It does a similar thing. Basically what this takes is the curvature map and it creates a mask using the actual curvature. If you remember, we did actually create a curvature map, which is located in the resources. And here it is. So you drag it in, and that's the curvature. Now this will create a texture based off my curvature, and that's what the actual edgeware looks like. That creates a mask. Now you're probably thinking, okay, how am I going to do this? If it's a mask, how am I meant to make that bear? How am I meant to blend this into the actual material? The best thing to do is make a color blend. Color blend, which is if you can't find, sometimes if you type in a keyword and you search for it, sometimes it's not always clear, so always broaden it down a bit. I type in blend, and there is material blend, material color blend. What this does, this blends in your material with a color using a mask to power it. So in other words, I'm going to take this material with these outputs, obviously, put it into it, and when you click on this, you can define the color, height, and blend it in with different colors in all the channels. For example, you can change the color of the actual model using this base color blend node here. It has a glossy bit where it'll add a glossiness color to it, and it blends it in. It's a bit like this blend, the blend node here. It's a bit like this kind of blend, but instead of just one blending, it's doing the entire material, and then it's using this to cut out basically the color. So the black will become the brown and the white become the blend. As you can tell, this is what you left with. The checkered bit is where the wood material will be, and the white is all these apertures. Now, as you can tell, it's got too many pins. You've got diffuse, specularity, and this is because it's universal to the diffuse, specularity, physically based rendering, where we reckon with the base colour, metallic roughness. So to change this, you need to take away, click on these buttons here, from true to false on the diffuse. As you can see, it's taken away the diffuse channel. You do the same with this specularity and glossiness. Now, we don't use a height map, so we can take away the height map, and it leaves with this 4 here. But if you look, we've got ambient occlusion, so we've got 10 on the ambient occlusion as well, and it leaves 5 channels here. So first of all, click 2, press 2 for material mode, and connect the material together, and then just hook up this normal map and the roughness channel, and then pressing 2 again, hook up this material with the base material. If it doesn't work like that, as you saw then, sometimes it can be fussy, do it the other way around, or press 1 and individually connect each one. And this is what you're left with. Now, it's thrown the actual model out. Even though this is correct, this is thrown out. To fix it, through outputs in 3D and in salt material. If it's still the same, you just need to go back in here. The reason being it's doing that is because the metallic channel is now white. It's white. So basically you're saying, hey, this is metal, when actually it's not. Reason being that it's doing it is because this metallic channel here is, if I can find metallic, it's not going in properly. Ah, there you go. That's where the mistake is. I hooked up the metallic into my ambient occlusion. So you need to go back. You see, you can make mistakes like that. Just correct it like that. There you go. You had to watch to make mistakes like that. It's quite easy. It's because the pins are in the wrong order here. In the base material, the ambient occlusion is higher than metallic, when normally the ambient occlusion is lower than metallic. So do pay attention to how the pins are arranged. Now you're probably thinking, okay, why is everything white? It looks like it's been whitewashed. That's because of everything here is set to white and it's on normal. This is where you go into the actual material colour and edit the actual colouring. Here I'm going to make it a little bit more darker orangey colour, almost about there. Like so, and then click on add. As you can see, it's turning orange. So just alter these, the blending to how you like it. You know, multiplies it so that it's going to look black. Like I say, it depends on what you're looking for. Lower the opacity. You can get some really nice, decent effects using this technique. Like so. Don't need to touch the you don't need to touch the normal with this roughness. As you can see, the roughness has like a white bit, which is making it matte, which is not what we're looking for, because the actual acid is wood. It's going to be a shiny wood. So instead of normal, just click add and go down the list until you get some that is quite decent. You lower the opacity as well. You don't want it to be as shiny as the actual roughness, because it's damage, it's wear, you know. And then you do it to all the channels. You don't need to touch the metallic because it's not metal. The ambient occlusion you do though. So go into the ambient occlusion and add sub. As you can see, it's white, so it's had a reverse effect. So instead of that, it's multiply. And you notice, oh, what? I can't see it. That's because of the color being white. So you change the color like so. Multiply. Yeah. Now, this is where you go back into the actual mask and alter the channel. So edge width, reduce, disorder, increase. By increasing disorder, it's making it more broken up, more realistic. Decrease the level. You don't want to alter the threshold because as soon as you touch it, it takes it away. But increase the contrast. Makes it more blocky. Then turn the random seed on. Now, and it leaves you with this kind of effect, which is a little bit more realistic because this bit sticks out a bit here, which means this could get damaged as well as this bit here. So it does look very realistic too. You don't need to worry about this because this is a different material anyway. But you can always create another curvature map using another node. Just type in curvature and it uses your normal map to create a curvature. Now, turn down the ink, you can either turn up the intensity or lower it, depending on how you want it, and then use that as the actual you can use that as the actual curvature, or you can blend them like so with the overlay to create an even better effect. Lower the and then just changing the field around, and you can get some really decent effects. Like so. Decrease the level slightly. So it depends on what you want to do. You could change the ordering, like so. And then it creates this. Anyway, I will pack away and join in tomorrow. Right, see you later. Thank you for watching this tutorial.